Doctor Who home media. As I said, as Robert Schumer did point out, Doctor Who's dead, baby. It's dead. Now, I think it's going to come back. How long is it going to be dead for? Right? But Doctor Who's dead. I saw an article saying, yeah, Doctor Who may have been cancelled. Really? Who knew, right? So this is a story I've been following a little bit. Doctor Who expert shares positive update on missing episode and teasers and announcement. They've been doing that for a long time, right? Total of 97 of the 253 episodes, first 6 years are currently missing. And I look, honestly, I think recreating with AI is probably the way to go, right? Genuinely, I'll like maybe like acting them out. It's weird. Big Finish were talking about doing them. I was wondering if they're talking about doing them as audios or as video, right? They're saying Nick Briggs, wants to do them. I thought so. So I honestly, the way I've always thought it could be done most effectively with current day affordable technology is act it out and like film it. Try and get as accurate as you can to the telly. So actually, what I really like to do is have a complete blue screen background, right? And then you could skin it in different ways. You could make it look as close to the original as possible in black and white in a 4:3 format. But you could also do it color, widescreen, right? And you could change the background to be more more contemporary, right? Oh yeah, whatever. Give it a sheen, right? My interest is people being able to see the stories. Anyway, so then you use the original dialogue from the recordings, and you face swap, right? Again, get him at Stephen Noonan playing the first Doctor. I think is pretty much on the money every performance. I think he'll really nail it, like genuinely nail it, and then face swap him and change the voice to the original soundtrack. Lip sync it. You're done, right? And then you have it. Again, I'd love to see if it could be done in several formats, right? I think that's the way of doing it. I think not Cunning Monkey, what's his name? The animator, Dino Puff. His animation of of Slash Torment was the best, one of the best adaptations I've seen, right? And that works. There's so many ways you could bring them out, and I think that's the way to look at it now. I mean, again, his Special Time. It's superb. I mean, he makes good directorial choices. He's also done great animation from Big Finish. And again, if somebody wasn't stupid at the BBC, they would commission him to do a Paul McGann season, like the Paul McGann Sheridan Smith's first season. Right, I bet he'll do it for like under. I think I'll be $1 million. Will probably get it for you easily, right? It's shows Big Lefty. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Of course he is. What was I gonna say? Reconstructing Dino Puff. Hang on. Lost my train of thought. Never mind. Anyway, so apparently there's some more out there, and we know there's more out there. We know private collectors have them, and we're essentially waiting for them to die, and hopefully the family will then give them back. All right, but again, I think that's really the way of like moving forward at this point. I wouldn't do the ones we know exist, like was it Spear from Space? What's the one I'm thinking of? We know 10th Planet 4 exists. Somebody has it. Anyway, so 97 of the 253 episodes on the first 6 years currently missing, leaving 26 incomplete stories because the BBC erased it and reused the tapes from the 1960s. And they didn't have a backup, essentially. 97 to save storage space costs before archiving policies were in place. In recent years, some of the episodes have now been recreated via animation to varying degrees of success. I still like my idea of like filming them, right? I wonder what the budget would be for those. as the tapes of the audio recordings survive for every episode. However, it's been long believed some of these episodes exist in private collections, something that is now appears to have been verified. I don't know why we need verify, but I think it's true. We all knew it. Speaking on behalf of Film is Fabulous, a charitable trust dedicated to preserving the vulnerable film collections across the UK, film collector John Franklin shares a statement to clarify recent claims about missing episodes. Franklin explained, "We are aware of several collections, plural, with several episodes of Doctor Who that are missing from the archive, plural. They're in private collections with former industry professionals." Okay, so sounds like we're minimally talking about 6. Minimally. We are aware that they are actually discussing the whole collections. We are aware of those, and we are actually discussing the whole collection. We're not going to just take or assessing the whole collection. No, discussing the whole collection. I thought, okay, fine. Or the other rare bits they have. We're taking whole collections coming in, being catalogued and managed in the way that we manage everything. So I hope it's positive. Well, can you just find what you want, really? Just tell it. We just want to know what episodes there are, right? I that's really what we want to know. Well, I thought that guy would be a great Doctor Who. The guy in the middle, can't remember his name. He's in a bunch of Christopher Nolan movies. Speaking specifically in the conversation about Film was Fabulous, Facebook-based, Franklin added, "The comment we made on the Facebook related specifically to one item and one unique set of circumstances with a film collector, and I'm not going to give you information about that." Okay. Since 2023, I and a couple of other key members of Film was Fabulous team have been aware of a large collection of films, thousands of films, that have become vulnerable. That collection contains some very important material, including missing episodes of Doctor Who. It's a large collection, and it's possibly that there are other collections of episodes of Doctor Who in that collection, but at this moment we know of one. Okay. He went on to say that the collector has very recently died, becoming ill, and while Film authorities are privileged permission to catalogue the collection and bring items back to their secure facility, the legal situation, the ongoing, has changed after the collector's death. The film authorities can now make an application to the court to continue with the previous agreement. That's what okay, fine. That sounds very promising, though, doesn't it? But it's taken a long bloody time. Franklin also pointed out Film was Fabulous deals with entire collection and added that removing a single print or a rare item will be illegal and immoral, emphasizing that the trust will only work legally and respectfully. Okay, well, there was intimating that you would, right? Oh, look, Rusty there is going to be so good. Oh, shut up, Russell. And we're doing everything legally with propriety. Okay, so just saying they got it working legally, right? To make sure we can secure this collection and return the missing episodes of Doctor Who and other items to the rights holder. Right, sharing a final insight, Frank urged fans, give us space to conclude things that we're doing. Or why did you tell us? I'm sorry, but like, well, did anybody holding gun chairs out? No, please tell us more about that. Really? Why did you tell us? We're very happy with the announcements when they come, but we need space to be able to do that just now. Okay, so it sounds like we're months away. By Christmas, maybe. That'd be nice. I wonder what episodes. As far as Doctor Who goes, we do not have a statement or anything to make at the moment. We know fairly certainly there are a number of episodes missing in the private collections. Some members of Film are Fabulous. The team is... Okay, so somebody... This goes on. Really? There's nothing else to know. So when the time is right, we will hope the film is... why don't they transfer them to, like, digital formats? Like... Isn't that something they should be doing like as a high priority? Right? I know missing episode of blah blah blah. Works with assumption that with every item had to be recorded somewhere. I've been asked in the past when I knew less. I thought we found the last Doctor Who, but I sort of look a bit vague and go, "Oh, I don't know." Okay. But actually, now I stopped to think about it. Everyone has been recorded. They've got to be there somewhere. And now I think there are a few. So you're saying we might get them all back? That's interesting. Are they making any reconstructions, Doctor Who, anymore? I don't know. Are they? I really don't know. Right? I really don't know. Shall we ask Grok? Let's ask Grok. Hang on. I'll go over here. Grok. Grok is like ChatGPT. Are there any animated reconstructions of Doctor Who lost episodes currently in production? Let's see what it says. Searching. Yes. Okay. They're working on the Savages. So the BBC Studios animation team, led by executive Paul Hembry, has expressed the intent to accelerate releases of more stories following the success of the Savages. I got that, but I didn't even watch it. Factors like story lengths, audio quality, and animation feasibility guide sections with William Hartnell. Okay, while specific titles beyond Savages are publicly confirmed, in mid-2012 announcements, the program structure, handling projects episode by episode, implies an active development pipeline that aligns with the broader goal to restore more of the night. Yeah. Well, the question is, funds dip in 2022 halted some of the work. Okay. Music producer Ian Levine has recreated all of them as they are, and there's a lot to be, what's the word? Impressed with. I mean, some of the stuff just starts to look absolutely incredible, right? But for me, it because you don't get any like motion tracking. It's like it's a bunch of like essentially close-ups. That doesn't really work for me. Right, but like, God bless him for putting all that time and trouble. And some bits on it are fantastic. Absolutely. That's they are. But look, I mean, he likes him a lot, so good for him. Okay, let's look at Doctor Who magazine first, right? We'll have a gander at this month's Doctor Who magazine, and then we'll look at SFX. Share screen. Doing. Yeah, Doctor Who magazine is in an interesting place now because, like, who's buying it and what the hell do you put in it? I remind you that Russell Davies recently has detached himself completely from Doctor Who. Like, he's really not there anymore, from what I understand, and not in control in any way. And nothing's happening. I mean, I think they want to announce a new series, new streaming partner, new creator team, right after the war between the land and the air sea, the war between the land and the sea airs, right? Will that happen? I don't know. But who is Doctor Who magazine for now, right? It would seem people like me more than anything else are the most likely to buy it, especially at whatever the price is, which I imagine is ridiculous. So 32 page extra mini magazine, that actually sounds quite good. And it would sound better if the current era wasn't such an incredible failure. So Jason's what's his name again? The editor? Jason Quinn. Interesting guy. He's talking about the Terror of the Zygons at the BFI. And that they got a whole thing on Duggar. It's just beyond. Okay, let's just go through it, ladies and gentlemen. Russell Davies awarded outstanding contributor at BAFTA, and his speech was incoherent drivel. I'm just like, no, they're censoring us. In fact, my thumbnail for my Friday Newswalk video will be Rusty Davies saying, I'm telling you, they're going to make it so we can't So we can't have the Teletubbies sucking each other's dicks on TV anymore for 5-year-olds. Oh, the oppression. What's this? A bunch of shitty merchandise that nobody wants. Like, oh, really, that don't blink. Yeah, no, fuck off. All of this. Duckadoo. Duckadoo is the only thing I really remember from the fucking season. I hate to say this. Lonely Assassins. No, Weeping fucking Angels. Lonely Assassins. Twats they are. What's this? Trilogy of adventures that started with Snare. Last Day Bowser's Case is to be rounded off with Day. I thought it was going to be a whole 12-part season. Okay, the third of the because I just heard the second one today. I'll review that after this actually. Of the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccles and Rose, whatever it is, stories. They find the tower blocks and Rose's home can be plagued with a sinner's force that brings out the worst in humanity. So they're still stuck on the power state, really? What happens when it turns its sights into onto a Time Lord? We got a wide more power states. Great cover. Big Finish. Actually, you talked me into wanting this. This looks pretty darn good, and mainly with the cover, right? Audiobooks nomination. Agent of the Daleks, read by Maureen O'Brien. Don't know it. Man, that's a good cover there. Read by David Trent. I bet that's a good audiobook. So a really nice cover. I like, I really should get a subscription to. No, we're not getting a Meet the Beat. I really should get a subscription to Audible because all that stuff is there streaming, right? And that's really Big Finish's big problem. Like, I think they're just pricing themselves out of the market. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, Icky Thump. Oh, we all love Geordie. This is the worst issue of Doctor Who magazine ever. Right? Literally ever. Let's have a gratuitous look at Nicola Bryant in her 70s and still very fuckable. Unbelievable. And still, her boyfriend, husband, was it? Who wrote Doctor Who? I can't remember his name. Is still all pissy about Trump. I mean, really? You get fuck Nicola Bryant, mate? Really? I bet she's great in bed. What they got here? Matt Smith answers kids' questions about his biggest secret. Who's the slave crust? Does he really like? Well, man, they're digging the bottom of the barrel there. How many years ago is that? Chris H. bidden me reads his opening chapters of Legopolis. I bet that's interesting. That is interesting. Murray Gold's Earworm, Duckadoo, Sync 2, video and dialogue from the rest of Doctor Who. I love the Doctor Who Sings YouTube channel, right? Is it Twitter account? I don't know. Duckadoo's really the only thing I remember from that season. The famous scene from Dalek, as it was originally conceived. Right, let's get this. If I click on that, will it take me to it? You think, oh! Oh, man, wait. We are downloading this, baby. Let's have a look. Be still my beating heart. This looks actually pretty darn good.
Hello? Is there anybody in here?
Oh, so if you don't know, it's released this month. Jubilee. Both Dave Holland points out Candy Jar books being mentioned in Doctor Magazine. You're absolutely right. Jubilee is a novelization of Robert Shearman's Sixth Doctor story, which the Ninth Doctor story, Dalek, was based on. Jubilee was far better.
Who are you? I heard you cry out in pain. Can I help you? Speak to me!
So this is the Sixth Doctor version, obviously, Jubilee.
Oh no!
Doctor, you are an enemy of the Daleks. You are to be exterminated.
No, wait!
Exterminate!
bigger dick, but I have seen a lot better. I guess that is bigger dick. What's that? A compilation of the occasion where somebody has said, there's 3 templates for decorator. I bet that's fun. Anyway, I also missed out this, which I should have spoken about. Say with modern poet. Candy Job books. I love the cover for this. But I think Dan Hadley was right. He said he's a bit done with ironic covers, right? It's nice that maybe it's overdone now. I'm kind of interested to listen to this. Again, it's just a bit priced itself out the market. So now they got how many things? Beth Axford. It makes me even want to know even less that she's running it. Discover the story behind this is Interstellar's Don Connor surprise hit. Dug a do. It wasn't a hit. All right. Look, there's a bloke or a lady with a penis. My mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 pages in that. So what's this? As Target Books completes its epic and unbroken run of stories, Marcus meets with Matthew Stevens, the producer who overseen the entirety. So all the Target Books now are available as audios. Wow, I had no idea. Right, I know they do a lot more besides. I really had no idea. Sound thinking. Oh, sound designers. Sound design is very important. Let's be fair. Different readers. I had no idea they've done every story. Oh, in classic, I assume. I'm surprised they haven't done Modern Who. So reimagining of the Daleks. I kind of wish I bought this book. Like, I don't understand. Why is this not a book on tape? It's by Big Finish. I mean, I understand they're books, but I would have bought the book on tape. I remember, was it? Couple of years ago, it was, or maybe it was on the 50th anniversary, or maybe it was the 60th anniversary. I think it was the 60th. Fraser Hines wrote a new version of Evil of the Daleks. And it was fantastic, but I didn't buy the book. I bought the book on tape. And it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. What? Why? Why are these not books on tape? What the fuck is wrong with Big Finish? They're a fucking book on tape company. They're fucking. This is just. I'm realizing this now. By the way, they also novelized the first season of Blake 7. Sounding fantastic. Why not release those as books on tape? Other than everybody could read them as dead, right? I don't understand. I do not understand. Like Jubilee, read by Colin Baker. Chimes of Midnight, read by either India Fisher or Paul McGann. Like, what's wrong with you? I would have bought those. Oh man, they're so stupid. It's like, I'm just realizing this now. I think this is a very good idea. I have to say, I just think the books were too expensive. Frankly, how much were they? They were very expensive. Let's have a look. Big Finish. What's new? Right. Okay. So I don't know how much the special edition was. Standard one was $30 plus shipping. Like, what made this a special edition? And how much was it? Comes with cover artwork and line illustrations that are not in the standard edition, limited 500 copies. How much was it? Oh, how can I find this out? Hang on, should we ask Grok? Okay, here, let's ask Grok. Okay, see what that says. Go over here. How much was Doctor Who Chimes of Midnight novel special edition when it was available? Come on, Grok. You can do it, baby. It's browsing bigfinish.com. It's thinking... It's now just going. It's like was it 50? How much is it? Well, let's see how much this is. Okay, one second. We'll look over here. A special editions are sold out. Due to unprecedented demand, we are now be able to offer the hardback editions of 2 books for just £22 each here. Hang on, I thought it was... No. Okay, one second. Let's find the next story. No. What's this one? Okay, special edition. Let's see what it says over here. That doesn't tell me. How much? I wonder how much it was. Hang on. Maybe there's you can pre-order it £22. So how much is the other one's 29? Okay, what's it? Dollar pound. Okay, dollar pound exchange rate. So there's £22. It's just exactly the same price as is slightly cheaper as the standard edition. Okay, whatever. But I honestly think it's a very good idea. This looks like an interesting article as well. I mean, I like Rob Sherman. I definitely like I definitely like these stories. I think they're both excellent. Maybe we'll do a show about this. All right. Yeah, this is totally worth doing a show about. I mean, I love Chimes of Midnight as well. That really is one of my all-time favorite Doctor Who's. Zen and the Art of TARDIS Maintenance. So, they're digging the bottom of the barrel. They found this Alan Barnes paying tribute to Chris Bidmean. It's an audio greatness. I'm sorry, it's not. He really wasn't right. His front shots might have been good, but like stuff he did for Big Finish was shocking, including this one. Renaissance of that was shockingly awful. Right? God bless him. So this is an old Ben Cook interview with him. Okay, it's just like cheap filler. I guess that's what Doctor Who magazine is now. Lots of CGI illustrations of Cybermen. I give me my Andrew Skeletor book anyway. Yeah, this was fucking awful. This was genuinely a terrible, terrible story. Do not even consider buying it. If they offer it to you for free, turn it down. What's this? Black Archive quiz. So I guess this is to try and bring in the younger reader. Who there's no younger readers of Doctor Who anymore, right? The fan base is just weird now. It's a bunch of crazy progressive, and the few old angry old men who didn't give up, right? This really didn't appeal to me at all, though, this new box set of Ace's first weeks with the Doctor. It's like, this is the weakest time I thought Ace had. And also, I found Sophie Aldred a bit grating nowadays. So I'm like, whatever. It didn't really do it for me at all. What's this? Adventures Beyond. Carol-Ann Ford, Katie Manning, and Robert Crane chat to Beth Axe. She's fucking everywhere, Beth Axe. She's always in the picture. About the stories for a new short story collection of what? Adventures After, 8 sequels of famous stories in time and space. Carol-Ann Ford, Katie Manning. Who's Rob Crane? I like Rob Crane is... I'm like, look at me, I'm Beth Axford, look at me, look, oh, fuck off, Beth. Oh, I haven't anybody this grating since, what's her name? Christy D. Oh, God, she's grating. I had no reservations, can't remember, blah, blah, blah. So a bunch of written, this is a big children's books. It's what's happened afterwards, I guess. There's a picture of Robert Crane in here. I mean, I'm just trying to find out who he is. I really don't care. Still don't see his name anywhere. Scanning it. Maybe next page. Yep, still don't know who Robert Crane is. Karen, blah, 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 blah. I don't know who he is. I don't really care. Okay, I'm not even stopping to find out. Ken, fuck off, Beth. Fuck off. Oh, look at me. I'm such a fangirl. Fuck off. Oh, I mean, honestly, you got to keep saying you're such an incredible fangirl. Makes me doubt you really are. Neil Gold reflects on creating a small Doctor Who museum and restoring some of the... Yeah, this sounds lovely. They did the 2-page on this is crazy. But I love the work he does. He restores these things to their former glory. You can see, and this museum, it's so British, right? Because it's a teeny tiny little thing. And he's transformed it into something magical. Right? It really is that British, can-do spirit, right? That Dunkirk spirit. Yeah, good for him. And he's just such a nice guy. Follow him on social media. He really is generally such a lovely guy. I hate that they moved this over to here this month in 1988. Well, that was my time. This month, 98, I was smoking a lot of drugs. A lot of drugs. Man. I mean, like, does anything say this show's going to be shit other than this picture? Not interested in any way, shape, or form. Go away. David Tennant's on TV. What a shock. Who could have seen that coming? Fine. Karen Jenner's cast as the Amazon MD upcoming Highlander reboot. Oh, she's in that. Oh, is she? She's playing Heather. Yeah, my buddy Heather. I guess she's going to be raped and murdered by David Bautista. Well, that's the best of us. And it's another shooting strip, which means it's another shooting strip. What's this? Fault located. The darkness, no weaknesses, but they also do. Even the escapades of the flashier movie versions have their flaws. That's kind of a fun little article. Okay. I would read that. This actually not look like a bad issue at all. But other than and there's no shooting in it. I mean, there's Duggadoo. I forgot about that. It's actually pretty good. Who's doing the artwork? It's been better than it has been recently. Mike Collins. You can tell, right? You can totally tell. I'm interested what Alan Barnes will do with this, because Alan Barnes is generally speaking a good writer and he's good at writing Doctor Who. But I'm just so not interested in the shooty Doctor. Right, just so deeply not interested in him. In fact, let's go here. I thought this was a bit of a letdown and disaster, frankly. Right, I think this is where I realized this is Matt Smith's second season was far weaker than his first season. Right, I really don't think it was just a. Yeah, sadly. Although, what's the name? She was very hot. But okay. Okay, now we got the Jubilee and Chimes of Midnight review. Again, I think I might do a show on those because they're really good. These books on tapes. Oh, it's Beth Axford again. There you go. Fuck off, Beth. Who's reading it? Firefall, read by Michelle, whoever. I'm not no idea. Claire Corbett. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to review this next in its own little segment, Last Day of Power State. Thought that was good. I decided not to buy it. This was like $18, $19. I was like, I kind of heard this sort of thing a lot before. I was kind of bored by it. Now, I saw there was not an illegal download to check it out first, which is what I would need to do to make the leap to be able to buy it. Right. I am so far out of Dark Gallifrey. Right. This another thing they've really screwed up. What's this? Doctor Who Meets Dracula, written by Paul Marks. But it's probably pretty good because it's written by Paul Marks. 1001 Nights in Time and Space. Who's this by? The trouble is, all these books they put in, they purposely put in Jodie and Shooty stuff and Timeless Child. Here we've also treated the 3 stories based on the brain of Morbius, starting hapless Henry Kondo as an inquisitive member of the Sisterhood of Karma and old Bellicose Mobius himself, and a chapter devoted to Tech 2 and the scientists who discovered the China Child. No. Bye. No, I mean, like, again, they keep wanting to tell us, oh, no, it's totally normal, legitimate Doctor Who. No, I'm not buying any. No. Fuck off. Right? I don't care how much you keep telling me it's real Doctor Who. It's not. Fuckity bye-bye, right? Fuckity bye-bye. Great toys. I mean, I had these from their first release. £22 doesn't seem bad for $2. That kind of does. I also got this at their first release. It's a great packaging. What's this? Kit Peddler. Is it Moonbase? Narrated by Fraser Hines. Wow. I don't think I would get. I like vinyl, but I don't have vinyl. I just like it because it feels kind of cool. Fright Night. Okay, they released a segment of this release to pique your interest. And the only thing that's interesting about this release is it's got John Coleshaw playing the 12th Doctor, right? That's the only reason most people would buy it. And so I think they should have released a bit of him playing the Doctor. But then I think a lot of people will go, oh, now I've heard him playing the Doctor. I'm not going to bother buying it. But you see, if you made the stories really good that people would want to get them, right, then it would be safe to them. But I think it's an admission that this is weak, that you didn't release a segment of John Coleshaw. And I'm sorry, your writers all look like bonkers purple hair crazies, right? I'm sure you're a lovely person, Hannah Kennedy, right? I did look. You look like you fit a particular demographic, right? And I'm sick of everything being catered to that particular bonkers demographic. Still the Mentor, the Six Doctors reunited with the Statistic Adversary, the Mission of Magnus, new audiobook of the time. It's awful. And the Big Finish adaptation of it was awful. Steer clear. Right? Steer clear. Who's reading it? Nabil Saban? Nicola Bryant. Oh, yeah, well, that makes more sense. Nabil Saban's crazy. And I'm not just saying like a little crazy. He's super crazy, right? He is absolutely bored. He was convinced my sons were in the Mossad and they were going to come and assassinate him, right? All because I did like a 60-second video saying, happy birthday, Nabil Shaban. There's lots of good stuff with him outside of Doctor Who. Like I noticed his Big Finish releases, right? But I said his recent video, the Devil Season at Drador, or whatever it's called, was awful. Steer clear. And it really wasn't very good. He had a meltdown. Like a meltdown beyond a meltdown. Oh, man. What's this? What is Mr. Arse Monkey meant by saying, I'm still waiting for my Dr. Wife as I don't know. Nabil Shaban is batshit crazy, right? I don't think he's anything other than absolutely batshit crazy. He is batshit crazy. God bless him. But bonkers make bonkers. Very good Syl. Love Syl, but he's still crazy. He's completely fucking insane. Who's John Coleshaw playing it? Brigadier, I would have thought. In this latest one. So the latest Third Doctor, which is normally good, their releases. That's what's it? The Third Doctor release on what's somebody calling me? What is that? Oh, my daughter's calling me with the corona. Hello, my darling, how are you? I'm okay. I'm doing a live stream. How can I help you? Darling, I'm not dealing with this right now, okay? No, I don't care. I don't care. I'm literally in the middle of a live stream. I'm going to go now, okay? One sentence. What? Hey, bye. Oh, caramba. So the latest one is written by Nick Briggs and Tim Trelaw. This is, generally speaking, a very strong range. More often than not, these ones are very good. I'm out of the War Master, which is a shame, but they just kind of like fallen apart. Really, as a range, right? They just totally fell apart. What's this? James Goss celebrates the defining moments and Archaeologist Adventures. Yeah, maybe there really needs to be a hardback book about Bernie Sonnenfeld now, right? Monster Mash. What's this? 100 Scariest Monster. Again, this looks like trash. Trying to sell to the younger kid, the younger market, which there isn't one. Gary Gillett. What's he talking about? About computers. Okay, generally speaking, this is a good issue of Doctor Who magazine, right? I'm going to say this is a good one. Yeah, and also it comes with this extra thing, which is all stuff about Target novels and books on tape. I did not know they'd done all of them. Wow, I'm really kind of amazed. I don't know why it's shocking me, but well, good for them. Anyway, they got all the rest of the production notes for season 2. So this is actually kind of fun, but it's actually not now because it's so the opposite of where we were. Right? This would have worked if like the show hadn't crashed and burned and isn't reviled as queer shit. I think people will say, somewhat accurately. So but other than the current year being complete failure, this is quite good. I'm going to say this is a decent copy of Doctor Who magazine. Much unlike last month, which fucking awful, right? Absolutely fucking awful, right? This one's actually kind of readable. Okay, so here you go. So I don't know. Is this a record? I don't know how much they even. This really pissed me off. I'm gonna be absolutely frank. This really genuinely pissed me off. Which I don't think it's worth talking about because toxic fandom. They're like the worst people in the history of people, right? They are just disgusting human beings, awful bigots. So this guy is what was it? Meet the team. Meet the Tories. Meet the young Tories dreaming of a bright blue future. So. I mean, fuck me. The Tories, they're fucked. They're done. They're destroyed. They're defeated. They're gone forever. Why would you punch down at this kid, right? Here we go to this article, right? I mean, like, again, the Tories, they are absolutely defeated. Gone for as a part, they're down, 17 MPs, right? Anyway, so this is an article on the young Tories. And they look, as you would expect, losers, right? Losers. But they were very sensitive. This one, clearly a Doctor Who fan wearing a Sylvester McCoy sweater. I'm like, well, that's kind of nice. Again, I feel bad for this guy. I mean, the Tories are just totally destroyed, like Labour's going to be, right? They're totally and completely destroyed. But again, I think it's kind of sweet. He likes Doctor Who as well. Okay, very good, right? But we have toxic fandom. Toxic fandom are the most disgusting people, and they're morons. And then absolutely, they're entitled nitwits and morons. So this is Mr. Trilby. Oh God, what a disgusting human being! Really, like massive anti-Semite who always goes on about anti-Semitism. It's just like it's kind of like, I remember on the Howard Stern show, you had the KKK leader, or an ex-KKK chapter leader, whatever his name, I can't remember, Daniel Carver. And his wife had this thing of collecting little black dolls, which I thought was a bit weird, right? But yes, the same way he's obsessed with you. I speak on behalf of old Doctor Who fans. No, you fucking don't. You're a evil sociopath, moron, and a cunt, right? Liar and bigot and anti-Semite. You do not. You speak on behalf of what you wish all Doctor Who fans were, but you're not, right? You're not, right? But they're being these toxic pieces of shit fans. Have nothing to do with Doctor Who. When I say we do not claim the man in the middle, I don't know what it means. Of all the outfits he could have worn, he wore the Seventh Doctor, an era primarily out of anger and spite for Margaret Thatcher's regime. Well, no, also, Yeah, absolutely. There was definite anger towards Margaret Thatcher's regime. Honestly, probably most of that anger came from how successful it was and how much it benefited people's lives. Right? People, generally speaking, had a better standard of living because of it. Right? And she destroyed an antiquated system and brought in a new one. Right? But the basic storytelling values, right, which they had in the McCoy era, was essentially good versus evil, and it was done in an allegory, right, which you could read in several ways, right? You could always read in several ways, but again, the morality tale of good versus evil, right, and the basic morality that they had, I think that appeals to anybody, especially somebody a bit on the outside, as clearly this guy is. I mean, look at him, Nebuch, right? He's a bit on the outside, right? And to equate this guy, young Tory, essentially that means a loser, right? A massive loser, with the Thatcherite era where they were reigning supreme, is just ridiculous. I mean, again, he's built up this straw, and you're going to see all his little friends have built up this straw man of what a Tory is. They're all Nazis. No, again, that's the bullshit that got Charlie Kirkgall. That's why you're bad people, right? You are all bad people, right? You are, again, anybody who disingenuously labels somebody else a fascist who isn't is a bad person. Some of you relentlessly lies because their bigotry, as Mr. Trilby does, is a bad person. And try to bring down the government. They didn't try and bring down the government. How did they try and bring down the government, you twat? Specifically, they said they didn't like Clause 28. Right? And again, yes, people feud about the Thatcher years because they were successful and people were happy, right? And the 80s was a particularly incredibly good era for entertainment. Why? Because we were affluent and happy. So Roger Barrett, I think, speaks to me. Thanks, but you don't speak on behalf of all Doctor Who fans. Thank God. I mean, again, this guy is just an evil twat. I do in this very specific and highly contextual instance. No, you don't. What again? Why do you think you do? Piece of shit. Nope. The politics of the Seventh Doctor are those of Rick from the Young Ones. No wonder no one's watching the show cancelled Delusion. Well, I do love that era, but he's not far wrong there. How the hell does we vote for the film and enjoy Doctor Who at the same time? Well, it's by not being a immature arsehole twat that knows nothing, right? If you think having reasonable and legal migration are evil policies like the Nazis, you know nothing about the Nazis, right? Absolutely nothing. Do you think it's a show with a villain protagonist? The Doctor literally fights mini Farages in most episodes. No. Nigel Farage isn't evil, right? It's just you've painted him as such because you're a moron, right? And we just see a bunch of people. Yeah, speak to me. Oh yes. Oh, you can't be a fan of being Tory. Again, Tories are losers, right? This is just punching down. The Seven Doctor stories were anti-Thatcher, especially the Happiness Patrol. I think only the Happiness Patrol. Well, okay, let's look at episode guide. Right, we'll do Doctor Who episode guide. Which ones were overtly anti-Thatcherite? Right, which ones, I wonder? Seventh Doctor. Time in the Rani? No. Paradise Towers? No, that's more based on High Rise. Delta and Abandonment? No. Dragonfly? Okay, so no. You're a third of them haven't in any way, shape, or form being anti-Thatcherite. Remember the Daleks? No. Happiness Patrol? I would say yes. Silver Nemesis? Not really. You had Nazis as bad guys, and I know in Mr. Trilby's head that anybody who's right of Bernie Sanders or Jeremy Corbyn is a Nazi, But no, greatest show in the galaxy? No, I'm sorry. Battlefield? No. Ghostlight? No. Curse of Fenric? No. Survival? Vaguely. So that to you is the entire era, is it? Literally the entire era. You're a moron. Given out opening, considered Doctor Who has a series of texty and thematic opposed to such ideas. You must have little or no understanding of it. No, Som, you have little or no understanding of the people you're talking about because you're a bigot, right? You're a bigot that hates. Again, as simple as he said it in the Daleks, a dislike for the unlike, right? But who do these people think they are dictating who's allowed to like? And I don't give a shit that Sylvester McCoy shares their politics. So what, right? So what? Why does he look like a failed Hitler clone? Or better yet, why does he look like an average Reddit user? Again, it's speak for yourself. Not other fans. Main characters don't do much. Yeah, exactly. I'm an other fan. I say it's right. Okay. Yeah. What? 1 out of 1,000. Exactly. Like, who gives a shit what you say? But again, who is this guy to bully anyone? I mean, really? It's just disgusting, right? And the reason they're doing it is because they've lost and they're losing. And they're going down in flames and they're going down hard, right? Absolute hilarity that this chump wearing a McCoy jumper when Silver himself goes against the exact policies he's preaching. How? Oh, yeah. So that because he's a stupid, lovey actor who doesn't fucking know anything. Who cares what he thinks? Again, he's old, he's baffled, he's confused. God bless him. But, that's who he is. They're all fucking morons, right? As I say, unite on the slogan that Donald Trump just brought peace to the Middle East isn't welcome here. Well, you're an imbecile, Sylvester, right? And deeply politically naive, right? But again, what gives these people the right to gatekeep what's left of fandom? Right? It's disgusting. Right? It's absolutely disgusting. These people have destroyed Doctor Who, and they destroyed fandom. And thank God nobody gives a shit what they have to say about anything. Right? Genuinely, thank God. I mean, these people are just evil fucks in every way, shape, or form. That's really the best way I can explain it. But why are they acting like this? Because they've lost. Right? They've completely lost, and they know they've lost. Right? Let's see some celebrities. Russell Tovey from the War Between Land and the Sea crying because Nigel Farage is going to be Prime Minister. And the reason he's going to be Prime Minister is because of your politics, complete and total failure. And they can't accept they're wrong. That's incredible. They just can't accept they're wrong. They're like, no, it's a Svengali-like thing. They've convinced them that you're actually wrong.
Reform are getting in. And we can't keep hiding our heads under the covers. Reform will be running this country. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, I do.
Yeah, why do you think Reform doesn't like gay people? Now, if you want to lump trans people into that, yeah, most people, it's not they don't like trans people, they don't think women have penises. I understand you really want to shout at me that women have penises, and you've refused any conversation or debate about it because you know it's absurd and women don't have fucking penises. That's why you shouted everybody down. And now it's over, right? The trans thing is just stomped on. It's over. Forget it. You look ridiculous. It's completely dumb. And yeah, because most people don't think women have penises. It's the bottom fucking line, right? And they're like, oh my God, how dare they say that women can't have penises? Because we've always thought that. You just shout us in submission. And finally, we shouted back, all right? And you didn't like what we had to say.
But I don't think I am. Now, as a community, we need to rally to protect everything we hold sacred.
Okay, so if you hold putting rainbow flags everywhere sacred, fuck you, that's going. if you hold painting zebra crossings rainbow, fuck you, that's going, right? If you hold that sacred, we don't care, right? That's going, and thank God for that.
We need to ring fence and watertight all of our rights and liberties as they begin to decimate them, and all that we've achieved and our dearly departed have achieved from day one.
Yeah, well, mate, you'll be lucky if same-sex marriage survives, right? And I'm not saying that with glee at all, right? But you'll be lucky if same-sex marriage survives. It's gonna. I think there's gonna be J.D. Vance will probably repeal it in his first term, right? They'll call it something different, like civil union, right? But calling it marriage is a problem.
Now listen, it's already begun. If we look around this room, we know it's started already. If we don't begin the tireless work now, we'll be running to catch up.
You're standing against the storm, right? The British people have had enough, right? We went from being, 90% ethnically British to 60% ethnically British in under 10 years, right? They've had enough. You had Sadiq Khan's policies in London to drive out white people, making it a majority non-white city. Yeah, people have had fucking enough, right? I'm sorry you feel that this is being Nazis and you have no idea what fascism and being a Nazi is.
At which they will continue to break us apart will be rapid, and it will blindside us, and it will be shocking. And I fear if we...
Well, no, okay, just prepare yourself, because women don't have penises, right? And we're done pretending that they do.
Don't prepare, we will never be ready for what's to come.
You're never going to be ready.
It's our time now.
No, it was your time in the 80s and 90s, and you did a good job then. Now, but you've just fucked it all in the arse. I mean, I'm not saying that metaphorically.
Truly. Because if it's not us, then who?
Muslim Africans who wander around the streets aimlessly attacking young ladies and beating up gay people.
Magazine for this award from a very, very proud 43-year-old Russell, yet also...
I have to tell you, the attitude is the reason that everything's about to collapse, right? Your attitude fucking sucked. And your open hatred of anybody other than you absolutely sucked.
From a very, very scared, but also deeply thankful to you for simply being there, my logical family, 13-year-old me.
And this desire to tear children away from their parents, it's sick.
This means the world. This is our world. Thank you.
Yeah, but we don't care what you have to say. Right, and Russell's been spouting off again. Now he's done with Doctor Who. He's like, let me just offend everybody. Right? Let's see what bullshit is.
Censorship, where you can't do this, you can't say that, you can't mention Gaza, you can't mention Israel, you can't mention...
Yes, stop putting trans in fucking everything. Yeah, let's go through it.
It's reaching the stage of censorship where you can't do this, you can't say that, you can't mention Gaza.
Why? Because normally you and the rest of your shithead friends can't help yourself from spewing anti-Semitism, right? You can't help yourself by going, Paul says 43 and the rest. He's absolutely right. Like, you can't help yourself being a cheerleader for Hamas, right? You're too stupid. That's the problem. So you have people who pay for your bullshit, right? You say, no, we don't be stupid. Otherwise, you're going to cost us all the money we're spending on it because nobody's going to want to see it.
You can't mention Israel. You can't mention trans.
Yeah. Again, you can mention it fairly. I don't mind you mentioning Israel fairly. Can't mention trans. Fuck you, Russell. You put trans in fucking everything all the fucking time. Yes, stop with the trans. It's a niche thing at most, and nobody's fucking interested, and it's subversive and weird that you're trying to convince their children that chicks can have dicks, right? So stop with that.
You can't mention anti-trans.
Congratulations to your outstanding
You can mention anti-trans.
contribution to television from BAFTA Cymru.
Thank you. That's a very great honour. I can't help thinking the words
And again, also that he deserved it.
outstanding contribution makes it sound like the script is late. You know, like Russell, your contribution is still outstanding. But I'm mocking and laughing, and I'm really very, very honoured.
Let's talk about the speech that you gave as well.
I'm surprised when other people don't use public opportunities and microphones to...
They do. Have you not seen the Oscars? Well, probably not. Nobody watches the Oscars anymore. Why? Because that's all you did, all you fuckwit creatives and now actors did with a microphone. Oh, God, you people are so stupid, it actually hurts me.
make speeches, because frankly, I think the world is sliding into hell. They haven't broadcast the first half of the speech. It's actually a trans rights speech. They only...
Oh, really? That amazes me. What rights, Russell? Right, you don't have a right to insist that we adopt your insane worldview. All right, trans people have a right not to be beaten up for being trans. I have no problem with that, but they don't have a right to invade women's spaces. Two things can be the same at one time, Russell.
Cut it for time. They didn't do this on purpose, but I was talking about a lot of other gay writers. There's a very fine writer called Harry Tanner. He recently had a book signing. A woman came up to him, said, "Can you sign this? This is for my wife." He said, "Certainly." She leaned across and said, "Actually, she's a trans woman." And then she burst into tears and leaned in close and said, "We are terrified." And that's...
Yeah. If you're terrified that people are not going to believe you, that she's a woman when she has a penis, right? You're right to be scared. If that's something that scares you, then I'm sorry. I believe God appeared at Mount Sinai to the Jewish people, right? It doesn't scare me if you don't believe that, right? It doesn't scare me. I'm not like, oh no, somebody might not believe me. No, it doesn't scare fucking anyone. The reason you need so much external, what's the word? Not encouragement, not approbation, affirmation. The reason you need so much affirmation because you know it's bullshit, right? It's bullshit.
That's our society in 2025, where people are living in terror of the law and the government.
Yeah, that's called straight people, straight white working class people normally, right? Who might go on Twitter and say, I think uncontrolled migration has turned England into a shithole.
Society, this is absolutely intolerable. So that's why I gave this speech to this room full of television professionals, because this isn't a matter for drama. This affects the news, this affects programming, this is entertainment, this is factual, this is our whole broadcasting environment.
Yeah. So you gave it to a room of people who all agreed with you, right? You're a twat, Russell, and you're a coward.
Is timid, I think, at a time when we need to be strong. I deal every day with compliance, where you can't say what you like on air in case you slander someone, but compliance...
Okay, oh no, I can't slander people anymore. How terrible, right? Then got Horizon says they need mob backup. They do, right? Again, your mob rule is over, right? And they go, "Oh my God, I'm being censored." And yet you've had your boot on our neck for 10 years. You fucks, right? You absolute Nazi fucks. And I do call you Nazi fucks.
This is now becoming a censor, not allowing you to say on television an opinion about anything.
They should never have allowed you to say the bullshit you did, right? It's crazy. Archconnor says trans women are women. Russell, what does the trans part actually be? Nothing. It's just strange.
Or if you do state an opinion, it has to be eternally, dreadfully, terribly balanced. And life isn't balanced. Tough issues aren't balanced. So there's this terror.
Yeah, but you're on the wrong side of every issue, Russell. Like, you've really fucked up. I don't know how to say this in a way that you get it. You've really fucked up quite relentlessly.
Terrible balance creeping into the whole broadcasting network, where they're becoming scared of ideas. And it's reaching the stage of censorship where you can't do this. You can't say that. You can't mention Gaza. You can't mention Israel. You can't...
Good. Stop talking about Gaza and say you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. Right? Don't offend half the fucking country. Most of the country is sick of seeing the Palestinian flag flying everywhere. Give it a fucking rest. Right? Enough already, Russell. I'm sorry it's really important for you to make us believe that chicks have dicks, but they don't. Oh, they don't.
Trans, you can't mention anti-trans. You can't mention anything then we're creating this incredibly bland world.
No. It's actually a world where people will be entertained, right? Where they don't have their entertainment screaming that they're Nazis at them, right? It's going to be a much better world.
That's just not true. We're all talking about it on the streets to each other out here. So I think
you're in a tiny little bubble, and you're not talking. You're stopping people talk, right? So when it comes to the trans issue and Israel, you're not talking. So they're not listening, are you? No.
The whole media is in danger, and I think that needs to be fought. See, that was my speech. There we go. I'm off.
Yeah, you are off, mate. You are off. And look, Doctor Who is on its arse now, like in a way that we've really never seen it. I think Robert Sherbin talked about this in his interview. See if we can find it. Oh, I've got to review that Big Finish release. That reminds me. There we go. I quite like this cover. I have to tell you. There you go, Robert Sherbin. Yeah, see if we can find the quote. People said Steve Cole said Jubilee were going to have a problem with the depictions and all the mutilations of dwarves. Well, I can imagine that. Tony starts scammering or leaving the entrail stuffing everywhere. Okay. When I see Conor Baker, he always brings up how he hates the depiction of the Doctor in Dalek and how much he preferred Jubilee. Oh, where is this quote? You say it's as dead as it's ever been right now, something along those lines. Not there. Okay. Maybe at the beginning. Not sure where they are. Just okay, whizzing through. Okay, you know what we're going to do here? We'll do this. We'll do a search. We'll do Doctor Who. Because this has definitely been an article online. Doctor Who. News. Oh, here we go. I consent. Probably as dead. Wait 1 second. I'll go over here. Wait, is there a way of is the magazine view or something? Article view. The turkey was dead. Okay. I'll start at the beginning. Cyberman. Go through phases. A few weeks later in August, Doctor Who magazine arranged to meet Rob in the pub in Balham. We discussed his ever since dedication to Doctor Who and, of course, his new books. I go through phases, he says. I have a real push-pull thing with the show. At the moment, I'm in a pull phase. Well, because it's shit, right? It's weird because the show is probably as dead. Oh, Paul, that he wants to be is probably as dead as we've ever known it. That's very true, right? This is very much not. This is very much not on message. Well, that is true for Doctor Who magazine. We'd like to reiterate the BBC insists that they remain committed to the series. Well, I'm sure they remain committed to it, but there's no production going on. After 1999, we have 4 years. After 1999, we had for years a current Doctor. Now everything that's going on, as everyone produced in terms of it, is going to feel retrogressive. At least with the new adventures in the BBC, the original books in the 90s, you thought it's the current Doctor, McCoy or McGann. No one's going to start writing Doctor Who books of Billy Piper because no one knows what that really means. In a funny way, the closing moments of Reality Wars seem to put a full stop on things that we didn't have that before. And that's actually very true. All right, much more so at the end than in Survival. Rob is perhaps being needly pessimistic. I don't know that matters, Rob says, quite reasonably. But it's a strange thing. It makes me want to embrace it because the whole Doctor Who feels like it's in its own bubble now. And yeah, again, that toxic fandom bubble, it just has to die, right? It just has to die. Because it feels like, I think there's something appealing about, for now at least, being able to finally complete Doctor Who. He stopped buying new Blu-ray series. Recently, he's gone back and started collecting them. Of course, there'll still be much that's coming out until the idiots like me stop buying it. But now I'm contributing to that. Okay, fine. So it gets into Times of Midnight and Jubilee. I love both these stories, by the way. I kind of wish I bought the books, but they're so expensive, right? They really are so expensive.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.